Welcome back to the latest episodes of Brains and Beauties. My name is Claire and I am excited to be here with you today with this fun show we have in store. Brains and Beauties is a show dedicated to young adults entering into the college space to have a place to discuss fashion, beauty, and the nuances of growing while you're here at KU. We yearn to be a positive resource to help you navigate your time in college from people who live here with you in Lawrence. As many of you know, festival season is upon us. Let's take it to Avery to cover any and all things Coachella.
Hi everyone, my name is Avery Yarbrough, and if you didn't already know, Coachella 2024 was this past weekend. As we all know, Coachella is a huge weekend for celebrities and musical artists. The headliners were to die for, featuring Lana Del Rey, Tyler the Creator, Doja Cat, and so many more. Not only that, but the outfits are always iconic. Today I will be showing you some of my favorite fits from this past weekend. But don't worry, there will be another weekend of Coachella and awesome outfits on the 19th of April. If only I could afford to go. Now on to the outfits. First, we have Gwen Stefani, who stunned in a fun plaid modern 2000s outfit. She also brought out Olivia Rodrigo for her set, which was so fun. Next, we have the Queen, Paris Hilton, who showed her Cowboy Carter-inspired fit off into the crowd. I love the all black with the silver accessories to make her shine. Now onto my favorite couple in the world, Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce. Taylor went with a more low-key, all-black outfit, while her arm candy, Travis, wore a more Coachella vibe outfit. He is seen wearing a flannel with striped pants that somehow works and a fun, colorful bandana. Next up, we have the TikTok star, Charli D'Amelio. Personally, I'm obsessed with her and her new style. She was seen in a matching set with a sheer black cover-up with fun accessories to spice it up. I loved the belly chain. She also wore hair extensions, which I think look amazing. Moving forward, we were blessed with Rihanna at this year's Coachella. Sadly, she didn't perform, but her outfit was killer. She was seen wearing a fur shawl with a casual hoodie underneath and a black miniskirt. My favorite part is the boots. I mean, what a statement. Lastly, we have the beautiful, amazing pop star Sabrina Carpenter. Sabrina Carpenter is coming into some newfound fame after her opening for Taylor Swift Era Tours and coming out with her new single, Espresso. If you haven't heard it yet, it's so good. She is seen wearing a sort of monochromatic cream outfit that goes together beautifully. Her skirt has diamond-studded jaguars that I'm obsessed with. She always looks amazing, but this might be one of my favorite outfits of hers yet. The pop stars are back in 2024 and we are so ready for it. That's all I have for Coachella. Now on to Jenna with the weather.
Thank you, Avery. Hi, I'm Jenna, and this is this week's fashion forecast. Starting on tomorrow, we're going to have a high of 79 and a low of 53. It is going to be an absolutely beautiful sunny day with very light winds, so I highly recommend that you go out and enjoy the weather tomorrow, especially since Thursday brings a 70% chance of storms with winds up to 19 miles per hour. And I'm going to say that Thursday through Sunday, we are going to unexpectedly and sadly go through a drop of temperature with highs in the upper 50s and lower 60s and lows in the low 40s to mid 30s. So if you were tricked by the weather over the weekend, I highly advise that you bring any plants that you have already bought inside, because I know that's definitely what I'm going to be doing. But thankfully on Monday, we are going to get that rise in temperature back again with highs in the low to mid 70s and lows in the low 50s to mid 40s. It's going to be fairly sunny, and I do believe we have a 30% chance of showers in the morning on Tuesday. So if you plan on going out, I would definitely bring an umbrella. Okay, now what to wear. For our warmer portion of the week, I would say tennis skirts, just because it's not going to be too windy and tennis skirts are light and airy and fun. And if it's going to be cold in the morning, I highly recommend pairing a jacket with that, probably something fun and colorful. My favorite right now is pastel colors, so I'd highly recommend that. And then for our rainy, colder portion of the week, I would recommend pairing some rain boots with an outfit. And if you really want to be fun, you can get your umbrella to match your rain boots. That's my favorite trend right now. And if you're going to be wearing rain boots, I highly recommend wearing a tighter style of pants, so skinny jeans or yoga pants. And then if you're still wanting to get that spring flare in, you can also match this outfit with like a pastel colored top that's a blouse or maybe even a button up. And then if you're wanting to accessorize, I would definitely recommend like some fun gold jewelry or even like some rings, especially if you just got your nails done for the spring season. And that's all we have for today. That's all we have for now. We're gonna cut to a break.
Did I say last week that women's basketball season was over? Just because the season's over does not mean we don't have anything to talk about. It's draft season. Hey, it's me, Lucille, again, back with Sports Corner. This week we have lots of women and lots of outfits to talk about. The WNBA drafts happened last night in New York City, and I cannot get over these looks, so let's talk about it. So believe it or not, Caitlin Clark was the first pick of the draft. She got drafted by the lucky team of Indiana Fever. But what I'm mostly interested in is her amazing look by Prada on the orange carpet last night. Not only was her white jacket and skirt with the sparkly top underneath a unique and fun look, it was historic. Clark is the first ever athlete to be fully dressed by Prada for an NBA or WNBA draft. Not just the clothes, but the purse, sunglasses, and shoes were all Prada as well. Her outfit cost at least $10,000, which is crazy. Not only did she make history this season in basketball, she's now made history for the carpet on the drafts. Prada has also dressed the Chinese national soccer team in the 2022 Olympics in Beijing. This was a super cool look, and I love how each teammate was wearing something a little different, but it all came together perfectly. Going from Olympic looks to the WNBA is a huge change, but Caitlin Clark really made it possible to put herself in this history. Camila Cardoso from South Carolina was draft pick number 3, and she's going to play for Chicago Sky. When I first saw her pictures on the carpet, I was amazed. If I hadn't have known her, I would have thought I was watching the Grammys. She looked so good with her sleek red pantsuit and her long wavy hair. I'm so used to seeing her out on the court with her hair tied up and a headband on, but she brought it all for this look. I love her necklace and earrings, and I even noticed her nails. She had the total look. She made a get ready with me before the drafts, and she got her makeup done by Sephora. She said in this video that the makeup products she brings to every game are foundation, concealer, and of course, lip gloss. Of course, we're also going to talk about the infamous Aaliyah Edwards from UConn because of all of her fans and myself are looking forward to her appearance. I was so happy to see she kept in her purple and gold cornrows that we talked about here a few weeks ago. She ended the season with this hair, so why not start the next one with it too? She wore an all-white look, which I think was perfect to let her hair be the star. She also had on an icy chain with a big A on it for Aaliyah. I think this look suited her so well, and I love the little sparkly basketball she carried around with it. You know, I can't talk about the WNBA drafts without talking about my girl, Angel Reese. To end these looks today, I'm going to talk about Reese, who was pick number 7 and going to play for Chicago Sky. She had the best announcement to come to these drafts through Vogue, so I can't wait to show out what she came out in. And let's just say reporters have said this has proven she is a fashion pro. She may have not been the first draft, but she was definitely the first for best outfit. I mean, just look at this video. Loving the all-silver sparkly dress with the straight hair and the hood attached to the dress. I also love that she added on the Louboutin red bottom heels to give that bougie pop of color. I knew as soon as Reese announced her going to the draft that there was no question she would kill the carpet look, but it's safe to say she succeeded everyone's expectations. It's safe to say this year definitely will go down in history for women's basketball. I can't wait to see how many people now will keep up with college women's basketball and now watch the WNBA as well. These women's and many more really changed the world of basketball, and I love it so much and can't wait to keep you guys updated when the season starts. See you guys next week for Sports Corner.
Where you go to college makes a statement about you. This place will become a part of you, your identity for life. The University of Kansas, a great place to be you.
Natural Ties, a club full of friendship, community, and fun, pairing individuals in the Lawrence community with disabilities to KU students, in efforts to foster meaningful connections that last a lifetime. We host events bi-weekly on Wednesdays from 6 to 7 p.m. Some of our favorite events include Trunk or Treat, the Back-to-School Cookout, and Neon Night. Follow us on Instagram today and come join us to see how special Natural Ties truly is to us.
Hey guys, it's Anna with some tips about aesthetic culture. Aesthetic culture is a wonderful world of styles within our communities. You may have heard of goth or cottagecore, but what about dark academia or lovecore? There are a wide variety of aesthetics, all with their own niche communities and styles. My personal aesthetic is lovecore mixed with some softy. I like the romantic vibe that these two give my look, like I'm always ready to go on a date. Sometimes I even adventure into the hobbyist side of the aesthetic community and express lovecore in my activities. I love to wax seal envelopes and write about how I feel in little notes. It's just something I adore. But how do you get your own aesthetic? My resource of choice is the Aesthetics Wiki. It is a central hub where you can find information about all sorts of aesthetics. Now, this resource can be a bit overwhelming, so I recommend starting in categories. I personally like to search by image because it shows me a broad view of the aesthetic in a mood board. Now, one of the most discouraging things about aesthetic culture is the idea that you have to commit to your aesthetic hard. This is your life, and you're allowed to commit as much or as little as you want. If your relationship with aesthetics is dipping your toes into the community and style for a little bit, then that's totally okay. Aesthetics are a great way to engage in the community of people with similar interests and styles. That's all I have today, beauties. Let's take it to Lolly to learn more about color theory.
Hi guys, I'm here to talk to you about our weather girl, Jenna's seasonal color analysis. Now, I'm not a professional. I want to come outright with that. Nobody paid me to do this, and it might show. But after becoming obsessed with seasons, color palettes, and what looks best according to someone's undertones, etc., I wanted to show you what finding your colors really looks like doing it on your own. So just as a refresher, seasonal color analysis emerged in 1980 with Carol Jackson's book, Color Me Beautiful. Seasonal color analysis, as we know it today, blew up on TikTok a couple months ago with everyone and their mother getting their analysis done, sometimes in South Korea. And of course, everyone loves to know more about themselves, especially what they look best in, and can feel confident knowing that they are absolutely slaying it. So let's dive into Jenna's color analysis. On the free website I use, which I found very easy and very helpful, is vivaldicolor.com. You can start by just uploading a picture. So this is a lovely picture that Jenna sent me. It's great because it's in indirect lighting, she's wearing minimal to neutral colors, and it has minimal makeup on. For the best results that you'll get, you'll want to be standing in front of a neutral wall or some other background. So there are other sites like this, but keep in mind we're balling on a budget. So next, once you submit your color, you'll be prompted by Vivaldi to decide if you have warmer or cooler undertones. Vivaldi gives a handy message that says, choose the color that brightens your skin, giving it a natural glow and reducing the dark shadows, wrinkles, and pigmentation. If you're having trouble deciding, cool tones may look strangely green or yellow on warm tone colors, and warm tones will make people with cool tones look drained or ashy, right? So let's go to Jenna's picture. So you can see how she looks in pink. She looks pretty good, but look how the salmon really makes her shine. Oh my goodness. And same with green. She just pops right out of there. And so after a few of these rounds, you'll start to get an idea of what your general undertone is. Usually it'll be between cold and warm, so just try and decide if you're being washed out. And it's more of an objective view about, other than just, deciding what you look like. But at the end of finding your tone, you'll be given a chance to see how gold and silver look against your skin tone. It's, again, a really great way of figuring out objectively rather than comparing the two pieces that you just spent your hard-earned money on. And we can see at the end that Jenna has a warm undertone. Yippee! So after you find your undertone, you go on to uncover your season. As a little sneak peek, since we know that Jenna is warm, she will either be a spring or an autumn. We just have to find out which. So Vivaldi prompts you then to figure out if you look best in muted or bright colors. And usually the color will match your intensity of, your features, which is sometimes the contrast between your eyes, your hair, and your skin tone. So after playing around with some intensity, Jenna seemed to pop against the colors that weren't really too bright, making her an autumn. But honestly, after I went through a little bit more, I was second guessing myself. This is one of the hardest parts of color analysis, is really figuring out what looks the best. But then you go on to figure out what her subseason is. The 3 subseasons for autumn are soft, warm, and deep. For summer, for summer and winter, they are soft, deep, and cool, because those are the cooler versions. So Vivaldi will then go into warm, deep, and cool options. And really, again, this is super hard because you're not an objective force, but you have to pick out what's really in harmony with your skin and the contrast level between your lightest and darkest features. So let's look at what looked good on Jenna. We have some of our lightest colors here for her pictures, and then her warm and her dark. Finally, we figured out that soft autumn colors look best on Jenna. But again, I'm not paid. I went back right away and decided that she didn't look the best. She might have looked the best in some brighter colors. I don't know. She'll just have to figure out what looks best on her. So my recommendation for her and for everyone is to go on this site, phone a friend, and just try on the colors you love and that make you feel the best. I hope this helps, and I really hope you give it a try. Last but not least, Sarah's in the studio today with a guest. Let's see what cool things she has up her sleeve this week.
Hi guys, I'm Sarah Lassick and I'm here with Grace Wee. Welcome in, thanks for coming.
Hi, thank you for having me.
Of course. All right, so first off, can you just tell me a little bit about yourself?
Yeah, so I'm a sophomore at the University of Kansas. I study strategic communications and I'm minoring in design. Hopefully I can go into fashion PR and get into that world.
Yeah, that'd be really cool. How did you kind of want to get into fashion PR?
So growing up, I grew up in the dance world, so I was very fashion focused and makeup focused, and I really got into the world of branding and seeing how different clothing brands show themselves off or expose themselves, and I really, really loved the strategic part of it, so that's what really started it all for me.
Yeah, that's cool. Awesome. I love that. Okay, so if you could do PR for any fashion brand, what would it be?
So I have a few. I really want to go into start off with some activewear, so some Set Active. I don't know if you've heard of them, but they do some activewear, and I really have been loving their stuff and all their different colors. Or DeJerf Avenue, I really, really love their stuff as well.
Awesome. Yeah, I love Set Active. I have a top from there, and I don't wear it very much, but if I worked out, maybe I did. I would wear it more. Okay. I heard you also got into sewing recently. Can you kind of tell me about that? Have you made anything, or what are you planning to make?
Yeah, so recently, in the last few months, I got into sewing. I got my first sewing machine in December now. I just wanted to try something crafty instead of sitting in my room watching Pretty Little Liars and Vampire Diaries over and over again. So I started making, like, trying sewing little stitches, and then I recently just made, like, if you know what a bagoo is, like a knockoff bagoo that's quilted. But yeah, I really just got into it because one of my best friend's little sisters, she has been doing it forever, and I just thought it was so cool how she can make her own stuff on a budget.
Yeah, I love that. I have a sewing machine too. My grandma taught me how to sew, and I used to make like shorts and like quilts and pillowcases and random stuff. It's so fun. All right, so who are some of your fashion and like beauty inspirations? Like any celebrities or influencers?
So I mean, I think a lot of people can agree with like Hailey Bieber is amazing.
She's
she
gorgeous.
also has so many different fun little things she does, and I also really have been loving, like I mentioned earlier, DeJerf Avenue. So Matilda DeJerf, I hope I'm saying her name right, but she has a really fun like business casual, but also like I think it's a really elegant chic style that is really versatile and fun. So I've been loving her.
Yes, yeah, she's gorgeous. She's like my hair inspo. I love her hair. And
a good blowout.
Yeah, and if her clothes were, you know,
more
a little
affordable.
cheaper, maybe I would buy some. But yeah. All right, so that's pretty much all I have for today. Is there anything else you want to share?
Don't get scared of trying a new craft or doing something new. I think it can be really fun for the future. So yeah, but that's it.
Awesome. Thank you so much for coming to
Thank
Brains
you for
and
having
Beauties.
me. I appreciate it.
Back to you, Claire.
That is all we have for today's show. As always, if you want to keep up with us on socials, please follow us on Instagram at Brains&Beauties.KU. Let us know how you were doing, some topics you want us to cover, or simply to see what happens behind the scenes. Thank you for tuning in, and we hope you learned something. See you next week, Jayhawk family.